Hi everybody, this is Jordi V, and today I'm gonna show you how I made this track in the style of Bonobo. So this is actually a part of my recent album called Technicolor. I just released it on Bandcamp. Maybe I will add the link in the description in order for you to listen to the whole thing. So I actually started this song with a sample from Origin Sounds. So the sample is here. I've decided to shop it. Maybe I can find the original sample. Here it is. So yeah, I've decided to shop the sample and replay it with my MIDI controller. Actually, not with my MIDI controller, but I've decided to chop the audio and rearrange it. And I come up with a couple of sections. So if we listen to the first section here, so yeah, basically I've treated the sample as chord shots, and I decided to rearrange it and come up with an alternative melody. Sorry. So I've did the same thing here. So yeah, you get the idea. If you are familiar with sampling, you know what's up. So I did that. I did that to this sample. I've decided to add some parallel, not sidechain compression to the kick, and I've decided also to cut the low frequencies in order to make more room for the kick and the bass later. So let's move on. Next, I've played this MIDI pattern or MIDI notes on the Serum VST. Actually, I've chose the Back to You Rees. It's a preset that I use a lot lately. So let me solo the bass part. So yeah, nothing special, just the root note of each chord played on the bass. So you can see nothing special. So yeah, the preset is called Back to You Rees. It comes with stock presets on Serum, so you might be able to find it. Next, I've played this kick pattern. So again, let me solo that. So usually with Bonobo track, he is more into trip hop stuff, but I've decided to go for the future garage, UK garage kind of vibe. So we are in 120 BPM, and I decided also to not go with the 4 on the floor beat, but instead to come up with some swingy kick pattern. So yeah, that's it for the kick. Let's move to the percussion group. So I've added a little bit of hi-hats, some shakers, some tops. I added also some reverb and ping-pong delay on the return channel here in the drum rack. And I played this pattern with my Ableton Live push, I think. So yeah, this is pattern. It sounds like this. So yeah, swingy hi-hats, a little bit of groove, some reverb and some delays. Let me do this. So yeah, also some EQA to get rid of the low frequencies and the high frequencies. So yeah, this is it for the percussion group. Let me move on the next. What we have here. Let me solo this track. So yeah, this is a snare, and it kind of plays in the background, I guess, and it come up with a counter melody to the main thing. So let me solo the whole drum group. So yeah, the drums have some foot-rock vibe to them, which I really like, and it adds more interesting elements to the composition. Later, let me. Actually, I imported this extra percussion loop, but I didn't end up using it. So yeah, we covered the main sample, the drums, the bass. Let's move to the vocals. So yeah, as you might hear, there is a lot of reverb, a lot of decay time, and too much ping pong delay in my opinion. So I imported this sample from Splice, and I've decided to add some sound shifter to it, which is a plugin from Wave plugins that allow you to play with the pitch of your sample. So here's the plugin. What you might do is play with the semitones. Here I have it on -12 semitone, which is an octave, to simulate this male versus female kind of vocals. So as you might see per automation, we have here the plugin on off, then it goes on at the end, so which gives it this effect. I also added some EQ3 here, some EQ8 to cut the low frequency, some reverb and some ping pong delay. I did the same with this second vocal track, which sounds like this. So again, you need to use some pitch shifting on your vocals. If you decide to go with the sampled R&B vocals, that might be your choice. Here I just used some splice samples. I added some reverb and some delay. Maybe I should have like panned them left and right to make them less present in the stereo field and more like stereo, I guess. What else? So yeah, actually here I abused of the reverb and the ping pong delay, but it depends on your preferences. I like it this way. So here also we have a copy of the sample, but just playing the piano notes, and I also chopped it and played an alternative melody. So it sounds like this. So yeah, the idea here is to layer sounds, to come up with sound effects, to find some vinyl crackles to make it more present. Bonobo use a lot of texture in his songs, a lot of sampled sound. As I said, also some R&B vocals. So yeah, you can experiment with those elements and come up with your composition. Finally, not finally, but we have one of the main elements is this lead. So for this lead, let me solo it. I've decided to layer two one shots. So the first is a soft synth, sorry. The second is a tight synth with which acts more like white noise. So what I mean about that, let me solo this track. If I solo the second sound, it sounds like this. So yeah, the first sound also sounds like this. So yeah, I decided to layer them together. I also added some glue compression to glue them together with some makeup, some threshold. Here I used the serum but effects, not the VST. I think I added some reverb with that. Yeah, some hyper dimension, some delay and some reverb, as you might see here. And I've decided to cut the low frequencies and add some extra harmonic to the high frequencies, as you might see here. Finally, let me see what we have here. Yeah, this is an extra percussion which plays in the background and on the second part of the beat. So yeah, hope you learned something with this song. Let me know if you need me to cover another artist, and yeah, peace.